It is our pleasure to have here today Dr. Sandra D. Smith to discuss her recent Amazon release, Choices, Her True Story. Could you tell me what inspired you to write this book?
Actually, Gisella, the book was inspired as I was sitting in Rikers Island behind bars. I started writing this story on commissary paper as a coping mechanism to basically drown out the sounds around me, and ultimately it became what you see now, the book.
How did you come up with the title?
The title Choices basically is, I think everyone makes choices, and oftentimes we don't reflect upon the consequences of those choices. So for me, it was something that everyone can relate to, every age, every genre actually can relate to choices, making a choice.
And what was the hardest part for you in writing this book?
The most difficult part about writing the book was pulling the material out of the drawer because, as I stated, I began writing it on commissary paper. So I had to take that paper out, and at certain times it put me back in that place. As I read my handwriting, it was almost as if the words were leaping off of the pages and pulling me back into the several prisons that I was in during that journey.
Is there a certain message that you would like for your readers to grasp?
There's several messages, I think, in the book, but the one takeaway that I would really like for everyone to have is that regardless of what you've done in life, you can always come full circle. That's where the My Way Home to Me part of the title comes in. There's always redemption. There's always an opportunity to get it right. And God's grace gives us the ability to do that.
Is there anything that you would like your readers to know?
I would just like them to know that there's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing that, if you read the story, which I hope everyone will, I think that it represents, from my birth to this point of my life, and all the pivotal pieces that fit into a puzzle that ultimately brought me to a place of peace. And if I could do that, certainly regardless of your situation, there's always going to be hope. So it's a book of hope. It's a message of hope. It's a message of redemption.
Well, Dr. Sandra Smith, I'd like to thank you for coming and
You're
sharing your
welcome.
story. I hope everyone gets a chance to pick up this book, Choices. It's an excellent book.
There's not anything that's too difficult for God.